What's going on, guys? To be more cheesy, hey America. Yeah, I mean, if you've never visited the show, welcome. If you have, welcome again. I guess. I mean, this video is basically a kind of a reaction, but also kind of a just a, I don't want to say like a notice, like if it's anything bad, but just so that you'll see what it is. Just information I wanted to pass out, and it involves the election, as you probably might have guessed from the title. And yeah, I just want to say, like, from my point of view, I was following this thing from 6 p.m. yesterday when we started collecting the polls from like Kentucky and things like that. It's one of those things that I mean, put that out there. I voted for Hillary, and I just didn't want Trump to win, but as I started seeing that it might, by like 1 a.m., I was starting to see that, wow, this is happening. Like, he's winning, and it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I started getting really anxious and nervous. I'm just freaking out because I didn't know what it meant. And I want to apologize for any feedback you hear. I'm doing this real quick while my son's watching cartoons. But I didn't know what to expect, and so I was just really nervous. And as time drew on, I just kind of started accepting that shit, this is gonna happen. And as I was accepting it, I kind of was coming to the realization that I mean, I'll be blunt, I'm an ill-informed voter, I'm an ill-informed citizen. I kind of just take what the media throws at me, whether it's social media or the public broadcast media, whatever. But taking all that in, I also take everything with a grain of salt because I don't like to take things at face value. I feel like there's always more to a story. But even taking that into account, I just was really nervous. But as I accepted the nomination and the decision, by like 4, they had a couple of states left, but at that point it was already locked in, and he was the president. Me and my coworkers just started talking, and I started kind of realizing that, it's not ideal, but I also mentioned it in the subject matters where life moves on, and that's kind of where I'm at and where I hope everybody can get to. Not so much that life moves on and be dismissive. I just think we should all, like, you hear everybody saying it, all the people, and see, that's why I'm recording this video, kind of. It's not like I'm going to make a difference. A lot of people are recording these kind of reaction type videos, but again, I feel like they might be more exaggerated, outland. Yo, we got to leave the country, blah, 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 all this crazy stuff. He needs to be killed, whatever people are saying. I just kind of want to take it a more level-headed approach to that and just kind of have us take a step back, kind of just evaluate what this means. I think a very quick cursory snapshot of what this means really fast is, oh my gosh, I should have looked him up before. But there's a CNN reporter, he's a black guy, and he basically was talking about what it means, and it was a very powerful, cohesive speech about how he needs to prove, Donald Trump needs to prove that he's the president for all the people that he was talking about excluding during his campaign. That's a very important point. And, he was talking about, he's calling it a white lash against the change in America. Basically, it's just a word he was using about how, white people or white people of power wanted to whip everything back to what it should be, where minorities and women kind of don't have as loud a voice. The thing about that is that's a little overreactive, I think. And it's because, again, I'm not going to try to get into politics of what he said, what she said, what was promised, what's going to happen with the wall and the Muslim exodus and all these things. I'm just kind of talking of a cursory glance of everything that he said. Up to a point was a sort of advertisement, like all elections are. And I think the reality is that now that he's president, there is a reality of what that means, whether it's the responsibility that's coming onto his shoulders, because just like the CNN, I wish I knew his, I think it's like James Vaughn, I don't want to say the wrong name, but he mentions, he has to convince America that he is our leader, especially to the people who didn't vote for him, and he's not going to do that by keeping his rhetoric of exclusion of certain groups. it's one of those things too. I mean, from his videotapes, yeah, he's a bad person, or that's the way the media was painting him. It's just one of those things where we all are kind of bad and good people. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people that we have in office are some sort of racist or xenophobe or some sort of shitty womanizers. Like, I just think also that because they get to keep it in private, specifically private email servers, I don't see why we judge them with any shorter of a yardstick. Like, yes, he's got a lot of responsibility. Yes, he's got a lot to prove. But I think the same would have been said of Hillary if she got elected. Even if I supported her, she still had a lot to prove. Some might even say more so because she was a woman. Again, I don't want to get into semantics, although I do think that women took a hit with this loss because, again, I don't want to get into it. It's just because I know it's going to start flame wars and a lot of conversation. I'm not trying to avoid that stuff. I think that stuff needs to be talked about. I don't think it needs to be argued over because what's done is done and what is. Yes, we still have racism. Yes, we still have sexism. Yes, we still have classism. But we need to keep that in a perspective where we have a healthy conversation about it so that we educate our children and our youth to be better than us going forward so that in the future we don't have this kind of situation with a Trump or anybody saying that we need to bring things back to what they were. It's a very nebulous phrase and like what they were. Everybody likes to be like, oh, you want us to go back to slavery? Oh, you want us to go back to women in the kitchen? Again, I didn't keep up with his rhetoric, so I'm not going to try to defend him or make him seem like that's not what he meant. I just think it's a very nebulous term. I think he and supporters of his probably see that as one way, while people who were against him wanted to see it another way, and that's because they were opposed to him. Same with Hillary. That people painted her a certain way as a crook or as a liar. Again, I see a lot of those things as like human qualities. Same with Trump. I see a lot of his faults as human qualities. They're both her and him. I mean, they're not the good qualities, but that's kind of what the mudslinging of politics is about, is making your person look like a shitty person so that makes people think it's reflective of their politics and business. I'm pretty sure if you ask a lot of business owners, hey, what do you think of this group of people? They'll have a group of people that they dislike, but as business owners, they know it's good business to keep those people's money coming into the business. And so it's just strange. I mean, this whole landscape. But bringing it forward now to where he is president, I think it's more important now than ever that we as a country unite. And I don't mean that in just like a hunky-dory, let's hold hands and say it's okay. I mean that in the sense of, I think we just need to accept that he's our new representative for the country, and we need to kind of see what's in front of us now. Let's look at his policies and let's look at what we like from them, what we dislike from them, and see how we can work toward that. A really big point of contention that I have is I honestly believe not enough people voted. There are a lot of people who say things like the vote doesn't count, or say that they don't say it's rigged, but that's basically what they're implying by, they know who's going to win. Or they say things like, it doesn't matter who wins, they're all the same. I mean, the vote is super important. And going off of that, I just want to say I want to encourage all of us young voters, us millennials and younger, Generation Z Generation Z and younger, as you're getting older, just keep in perspective that your America is whatever you make it. And what I keep saying I want to stress is that the vote was a very good first step, but I think we all need to stay... Sorry, my son. I'm not going to edit this video. I kind of just wanted to record it and throw it up. But we need to stay politically active. And I think we need to stay involved in politics and our government from the local level to the city level, the state level, and the federal level. I think we need to be aware and just cognizant of everything that's going on around us, and so that when Trump or Congress wants to pass a bill and it does come to a vote somewhere trickling down to the local or city, state level, we do have the power to say, not in my city, not in my state, and it'll inform our delegates and representatives in Congress, as well as the main representative, the President of the United States, what it is we actually want as a country. We need to become a stronger voice. I think we need to be more involved, because this only voting during the presidential election and then bitching about it on social media, it's not cutting it. It's not working. And again, I'm not saying that Hillary should have won or we could have pinched it out if we all came together. What I'm saying is that's exactly what the Trump supporters did. They came out and they took it. They came and supported. They were politically active, and they have been to an extent. They're the silent majority. I mean, he didn't just win by coincidence. He won by the majority. Again, the popular vote and the electoral college, I know there's a discrepancy between those, and I know that's also part of the reason why people don't like to vote. But we all need to just become more participatory in our government. There was a neat quote I saw when I went to go vote, and it was something I always thought, but I didn't think about in those terms. But I was like, the government is only ruled by the majority. And Thomas Jefferson had a quote that they had in the poster. It said, the government is not ruled by the majority. It is ruled by the majority who participate. Participate is the key word. We need to participate. And I kind of just wanted to make this video as a reaction to, let's all calm down. Let's not say or do anything overreactive, because that's all it is overreaction and emotion. Let's try to take the emotion out of the equation and realize where we're at and how we can make it work for us by participating in our government going forward in the future. And educate your kids, educate your friends. I'm not saying to bully them. It's not about arguing. It's about talking. If we talk about issues, I think we can all kind of come to some sort of level understanding of where we want to be as a community, as a culture, as a society, as a species. But yeah, that's kind of all this is. Just a PSA, I guess you could say, of how to keep it straight, clean, and, life moves on. And nobody's dead. Right now, it looks like nobody's going to drop a nuke on us, and we're not going to drop a nuke on anybody. But again, he's also not president until he's sworn in on January 20th. So we got a lot of time. I'm not saying a lot of time to impeach him or a lot of time for him to die or whatever. Again, I know things are pretty hostile for the anti-Trump people, as well as for people who are going to defend Trump from these people who are making these remarks. Just keep a level head. Don't really overreact. Again, that's your choice. You can overreact. I don't care. I just think that it's better for the rhetoric of the country if we, just come together, unite behind Donald Trump, since he is now our president-elect, and show the rest of the world that, yeah, y'all might think this is stupid and funny, but guess what? It's a decision that we came to. We might not all like it, but he's our president, and this is our country, and we're going to defend it still, no matter if we got a cartoon character for a president. Because in the end, you saw political cartoons of Obama and everybody in between, all the way back, probably to George Washington, the first president. That's what political cartoons are for. That's what comedic entertainers are for. Comedy's a reflection of society, holds itself up to a mirror and makes fun of it. That's what the entertainment we consume is. It's also why we use reality TV and media in general to escape it sometimes, because it's just so overwhelming. But yeah, anyway, I'm just going on about other bullshit now. But yeah, just stay up. I hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you like it, maybe you'll see me on my other shows. Hopefully have the courage to post this on Facebook. If not, whoever has a Facebook, can y'all please post this for me? But yeah, I'll talk to y'all guys later, and I hope to hear from y'all in the comments, or any comments, Facebook comments, Google comments. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I will see y'all guys in the next episode, which will probably be Leveled Up Weekly. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.